Welcome, it's Roxanne Wheeler, and I want you to be very comfortable here in our September Lunch and Learn, where we focus more on the emotional, mental, and social aspect of our essential oils. Remember, breathing is fast. When you breathe an oil in, it is very fast, almost instant, so helpful for our brain's hippocampus. And let's just review why that is so important. Right here at the top of the nose is the olfactory bulb, which is the receptor for our sense of smell. And when we breathe it in, the molecules hit that bulb and they go almost instantly directly behind into the section of the brain called the hippocampus that is in charge of memory, scent, reflexes, and these are all key survival traits because back in the day, if we needed to smell food that was bad, possibly poisonous, that was critical for our survival. Or if we needed to smell a threat near to us, like an animal or something. So, sense of smell, and even nowadays, smelling a hint of smoke in your home is going to get everybody's attention, right? So, sense of smell is critical. Now, On Guard happens to be our product, our free product of the month, as well as 10% off in the soft gel form. You can still get the soft gel, you can still get that free product of the month if you're bundling VMG Plus and OE Omega Plus anytime this month. But in terms of getting it free with other purchases, you would have had to do that by yesterday. And because of my upcoming need to move and so forth, that's why we didn't have this lunch and learn until today. So next month, you'll want to be sure and get your rewards order in by the 15th in the amount of 125 PV, and always check your PV rather than the dollar amount because that is what determines when we get freebies, our PV. So this month though, and any month, you can get the free product of the month free with any VMG bundle. And that can be bigger kits as well. Now, what are these free products? Well, this year, and I don't know if it'll continue into next year or not, I'm sure they're going to see how this all goes, but they have chosen a free oil that's different every month. It started out in, I think, January with Digestin, and different oils have been free each month that are really in our top oils for first response. So we have something for breathing, for digestion, for sleep, for calming, and so forth, for skin and everything. So that's why these free oils are wonderful. And so by the end of the year, if you've been getting your free product of the month, you'll be ready to have that little first response oil kit right in your bathroom cabinet or wherever you keep it in order to be ready for things like itchy skin from bug bites, um, a sudden pathogenic issue that you want to try and take care of yourself before rushing off to urgent care or the ER, which believe me, ERs are not the place you want to be unless you absolutely need to. So, if you're not sure what I mean by bundling, please contact me and I will explain it to you. On Guard is protective in every sense. On Guard shields us from harmful threats like in crowds, etc. Not only does it ward off nasty parasites and other pathogens that can make our wellness not so well, but it's also the energetic parasites. Think maybe your coworker who sets you off every day. the nosy people who live down the street or in the next condo, the poor person who is just plain negative or needy. Are they domineering, bullying, controlling, or just frequently pessimistic? That can really suck your own energy right to the basement. And so On Guard will help you when you're dealing with those kinds of people. On Guard helps us to keep our sanity and allow us to be the real us that we want to be and intend to be. On Guard is also incredibly helpful for strengthening our inner self to live in integrity. This is super helpful for anyone who has been violated in the past and has weakened boundaries. Maybe someone else or something invades your personal space too often. On Guard will give you the strength to say no, to get and maintain clear boundaries. And I hope my room isn't too echoey. I do actually have a blanket on my floor because of our move next month. I've been packing up things and so forth. So I hope it's not too irritating. And if you want to speed up your recording, just go to the settings of your device and just set it at 1.25 or 1.5, whatever you can tolerate. Now this can, back to the boundaries, right? This can really pay off for codependent relationships. So those dealing with that comes from addictions of any type, whether it's alcohol, drugs, meds, sex, porn, gambling, or food like in overeating or sugar. I was a sugarholic for much of my life, and I am no longer a sugarholic, but On Guard could have helped me quite a bit if I had only known about that. If you are in groups that tend to be negative, this can help you break free of their hold. So using it twice daily can lead to people speaking up and reclaiming their true self. How do we use On Guard? Well, there's lots of ways. And actually, when we talk about using our oils, and this will be repetitive with the other oils I'll be talking about today, but when we use our oils, using them from more than one angle, like if you can use it internally as well as topically, you're going to get a better result. If you can use it all three ways, internally, breathing it in and rubbing it on, then you're going to get maximum effects and benefits. So how do we use On Guard? We can smell it directly from the bottle. And here's an On Guard right here. Or we can diffuse it. And so I'm going to smell mine right now. And notice I took about 4 breaths from the bottle, and that gets enough of it in me to have an effect. I have a hair or something right across my nose, so I'm not sure what's going on there. You can add, of course, the diffuser is great, and I don't happen to have one right handy to show you, but the diffuser is perfect because everyone gets the benefit of a room that is being diffused. I know we had one going in several rooms on our open house day, and we had an offer that night. You can add several drops to a spray bottle and mist it around your home, office, or car. You can dilute On Guard with a good carrier oil like fractionated coconut oil, and here is doTERRA's example of fractionated coconut oil. You do have to buy the little pump separately. It's like $2.50, but it's much easier to get your fractionated coconut oil out of this bottle when you have that little pump. It's worth getting. You can apply it over your chest, throat, on the bottoms of your feet. And why do we put it on the feet? Well, the feet are furthest from your nose, so if you don't like an oil smell, use it on the bottoms of your feet, and you won't even be bothered by it. But the feet also seem to be extra tough and are less likely to feel sensitive from an oil. but certain oils you do want to dilute rather well. Like if I were diluting for the On Guard, I'd put a little puddle in my hand and I would put 1 drop of On Guard in there, rub it around, and then I'd apply it to my body or my feet. But in a roller, you can obviously, on a roller, you can just put, I would say 15 drops into the roller and fill the rest with fractionated coconut oil or another high quality carrier oil of your choice. Although fractionated coconut oil seems to have the very best weight in order for it to press the essential oil deeper into your tissue and hold it there. So the fractionated coconut oil was chosen because it happens to be the ideal carrier oil. You could use jojoba oil or almond oil. Extra virgin olive oil will change the scent, so you might want to use caution with that. And I do need to keep track of my time too, so I'm going to just put my phone up here so that I don't forget where we're at here with time. Um, Internally, there are many options using the soft gels oh, I forgot to grab a bottle to show you, but they're a small bottle with 60 soft gels in there. I know we use them every morning proactively to protect us. And you get 10% off this month, so I'm stocking up. You can also add a couple of drops to a veggie cap, and doTERRA sells these again very affordably. There's like 160 of these veggie capsules, and they look like this. Let me just show you one. They're clear and they come apart. There's a little top and a little bottom, and so you hold it like that and pour your oil carefully into the veggie cap and then put the little top back on and you swallow it and you don't have to taste it at all. And so certain oils we don't want to taste. Um, but you can also put oils into your water and you can sip it as a warm tea with On Guard. I know that's very, very handy to do. And you can also eat On Guard apples or popcorn or oatmeal or even gargle with it for at least 20 seconds. And what I would do for that is just put it in a little glass, a little bit of water in a little glass, put a couple drops of On Guard in there, shush it in your mouth for about 20 seconds, and boy, oh boy, will you be protected. Now, to recap, On Guard, what emotions are we trying to overcome? On Guard, we're trying to help anytime we're feeling attacked, unprotected, vulnerable, controlled, manipulated, prone to peer pressure. Somebody that just the other day told me I wasn't going to do that, but I felt the peer pressure and I thought, well, that's too bad. Um, if you don't want to do something, you shouldn't do it, right? What are we attempting to support with On Guard? We're attempting to support healthy boundaries, feeling protected, feeling capable, independent, reinforced, strengthened, and to have integrity. The oils in On Guard include wild orange, clove, cinnamon leaf, cinnamon bark, eucalyptus, and rosemary, all highly protective. In the soft gels are also black pepper, oregano, and melissa oils, and they are powerful, powerful protective oils. And in case you want to use these oils for their own benefits, I'm going to teach you a little bit about them right now. Black pepper is the oil of unmasking, which helps us reveal. I've got to get this hair off me before it makes me completely crazy. There. Black pepper is the oil of unmasking, which helps us reveal the masks and facades that hide parts of us, parts that are buried because we learned they were not good when we were growing up. Burying those parts of us fools us into thinking we will be loved and accepted then. This can happen for so many reasons that are frequently hard to make sense of as children. We feel judged and condemned, so we repress those thoughts and behaviors. Black pepper invites us to get real by digging deep within the less understood parts of us. Often, when we keep things repressed, they emerge in unwanted ways through erratic, compulsive, or addictive behaviors. Black pepper reignites our soul fire, fueling motivation and high energy and hurrying the healing process. Black pepper gives individuals the strength to overcome the challenges and issues they carry inside and invites them to live in integrity with their true self. And again, using black pepper, we can inhale it or diffuse it. We can dilute it with a carrier oil and apply to the bottoms of our feet. We can take 1 to 2 drops under the tongue. I have not done that with black pepper. I just learned really to like black pepper a few years ago because I hated it all my life. I absolutely hated it. I would send back dishes in restaurants that were too peppered. And then one day I was at another doTERRA user's home, and her mother was cooking a wonderful potato soup. And she offered me some soup, and I tasted it and I loved it. And I said, "So what's in here?" And she says, "Potatoes, onions, and black pepper oil." And I thought, wow. And I loved it. And honestly, it did something to change my brain or something because now I love black pepper. And my husband was totally shocked when that transformation happened. We can use black pepper in a capsule or in water. And I'm going to have to try this because literally I have not tried it. And I should really, because if I'm telling you to put it in water, I'm going to do a little lick right now. I'm going to teach you one other way to use oils. And when I don't want to chance it and put too much in my mouth directly from the bottle, I will put a drop on my finger and I will lick it. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. I wish I'd known that all these years. To recap with black pepper, we are ridding dishonesty, repressed emotions, feeling trapped, prideful, or superficial. We are trying to support more honesty, authenticity, courage, motivation, self-awareness, and integrity. And my printed papers have just stuck together. Let me grab it. Okay. And black pepper also goes well with vetiver oil, coriander, juniper berry, frankincense, and pink pepper. Oregano is one oil that is included in the On Guard soft gel blend. And the oregano is Mother Nature's antibiotic. It has been called by some as intense, extreme, and powerful, and I have to agree. I have to agree. You will know it when you accidentally get too much in a marinara sauce. It will ruin it. Using just a dipped toothpick of it and swirling it around until it is perfect is smarter than using a drop or two. Although taking too much once, as I did for a bladder issue, it gave me a Herxheimer effect. It detoxed me so much that I felt totally wiped out. I felt very bad and I had no energy and was literally almost out of it. And I got over it in a day, but what a whammy. It really made me feel so bad. And that was having too much oregano. So oregano is powerful. And I think what I was doing, I was recommended this. I was recommended to take 5 drops in a capsule 5 times a day for this bladder issue. That was obviously too much for me, at least. And so anyway, I've learned my lesson on that. And you know what? It is safe. It is safe to experiment with our oils. I didn't die. I didn't get horribly sick. I just didn't feel well for that one day. and I didn't feel well in a pretty devastating way. But anyway, oregano is the oil of humility and non-attachment. It helps us cut through the fluff of life, clearing blocks and negativity. Oregano addresses the need to be right. People who need it may attempt to convert others to their own fixed opinions. Those folks often are unteachable and unwilling to budge. They hold fast to their rigid opinions and beliefs. However, oregano is resolute and will teach humility. On the deepest level, it dispels materialism and attachment that hinders growth and progress. Oregano may encourage people to end a toxic relationship, quit a bad job, and end a destructive habit. Oregano encourages healthy connection to the divine and release rigidity, willingness, willfulness, negative attachments, and materialism. So using oregano, we can breathe it right off the bottle or diffuse it. Notice I'm taking several breaths, not just one quick breath to get it in there. Get it right up there, right? Because now it's in there instantly. We can diffuse it. We can carefully dilute it quite a bit. You would probably use twice as much carrier as the oregano oil and apply a drop to the bottoms of the feet. Lastly, a drop in a veggie cap, and try not to get it on your hands to accidentally taste it because it feels very, very hot, like very, very spicy hot. You can use it in recipes very cautiously. I know I use a full drop in my homemade vinaigrette and it is very, very tasty. Melissa oil, again, this is another small bottle oil. So black pepper and Melissa are both small bottle oils. Um, both small bottle oils. And Melissa is the oil of light. It awakens us to truth and light, reminding us of who we truly are. Melissa helps us release all that is holding us back from our fullest potential. And Melissa is a powerful oil, but it's not bad at all to taste. I put that under my tongue many times. Melissa helps us release all that is holding us back from our fullest potential, right? And I just said that. It helps reconnect us with our inner voice. It encourages us to keep going, especially when we're weighed down by the burdens of life. We all have a spark of divinity in each of us, and with love and attention, that spark will grow. It helps teach us the joy of living. Melissa helps us to shed darkness and despair. We can use Melissa by putting a drop in our hand, rubbing and inhaling or diffusing. So I'm going to put that right now in my hand and demonstrate how I do that. Or maybe I don't have any left in this bottle. Yeah, there it is. Whoops, I got 2 drops by accident. 2 drops will help me a lot. So the Melissa works. Oh my gosh, it almost smells kind of like, I haven't smelled it directly off my hands lately, but it has a familiar scent, but I can't place it if it's like almost like apple peels or something. It's considered lemon balm, but it's not the lemon balm that I would grow in the garden. So it's much more powerful than that. Um, and when I rub my hands together, breathe, I often will put things on the back of my neck or on my chest, oftentimes to really maximize it. Because if I'm covering it up with clothing, I'm getting more benefit from the oils. We can put 1 to 2 drops on our forehead or our ears. And you can put a drop onto your thumb and press it against the roof of the mouth for 30 seconds, like that. You can take 1 to 2 drops under the tongue in a capsule or in water. So to summarize Melissa oil, Melissa works against despair, hopelessness, darkness, spirituality. I'm sorry. It works against darkness and spiritually feeling burdened, a loss of will to live or overwhelm. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, and a lot of us can do that, I often recommend frankincense. However, Melissa will also work with that overwhelmed feeling. It helps us feel enlightened, joyful, energized, feeling like we've got lots of integrity, contagious enthusiasm, feel liberated and optimistic. So, Melissa is very, very powerful, and it's also powerful against particular pathogens that antibiotics can't do anything for. So, that's just my hint there. Um, but I can also tell you what else it does if you want to reply to this email with a replay in it. Now, there will be no Lunch and Learn in October. Sorry about that, but it's due to my moving and overseas travel. I'm actually going overseas and coming back on the 19th, and then I am moving the next day. Sometimes I'm wondering what I'm doing to myself, but anyway, we're going to get through it. Everything will be all right. That's my affirmation on that. And so New Zealand will give me a lot to share in November. November's going to be a big month because we'll also have our convention kit to talk about. And if you have not registered for the virtual convention, I would encourage it. You can get there right from your website, go to events, and then go to convention, and then it'll walk you through how to pay for that. And the reason that I would encourage that is there'll be a lot of science, and I'm hosting people Thursday here at my house for a convention watch party. And if you are registered, if you've paid for your virtual ticket, you will be able to get a money-saving convention kit with the new products and some bonuses that they always offer only to people who attend convention, either virtually or in person. So I will try to do some little lives on Facebook and maybe give you some information through my weekly emails once we get through convention this week. It starts Thursday morning. Here, my watch party starts at 11 and it should go till 2 o'clock when we'll be able to order that kit right then. So pay attention to your webpage for the convention new products, and to my October emails and even late September emails will help you understand what the new products are about and for the promotions and information that will help you best. I'll be very glad when my move is complete and I can settle in with a fresh office and gathering space in our new condo. So stay well and reach out with any questions, please. Thank you so much for being part of this. And in November, I forgot to look up when we will do that. When we will do our Lunch and Learn in November. I'm guessing probably the 11th. I'm going to guess the 11th we'll do that. Okay, so November 11th. Thank you so much for joining me, and reach out anytime you have any questions. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.